Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this episode of Inside RIC Athletics. Today I'm going to be joined by junior golfer of the men's golf team, Jasper Bruins Slot. Jasper, how are you doing today?
Good. How about you?
Doing good today so far. You know, just got kind of finished up a couple weeks ago, the LEC Championship. Maybe not the best finish that you guys were hoping for, but, you know, kind of take us through your little, or your season play, how you kind of performed, how well do you think you may have performed, and what can you maybe do better, you know, going into the spring?
I think I did a pretty good job of staying consistent. We had like 6 rounds for 4 matches, and I think throughout those 6 matches I was like 3 shot different from every single one. So I did a good job staying consistent. Probably just like little tiny like lack of focusing that just messed me up sometimes. So like if I didn't have that, it could have been better. Like I didn't finish that well in the conference. I wanted to have a better finish than that, but just little things like that need to work on probably for next year.
Right, yeah, I mean, it's tough too when you have some Southern Maine guys going under for the first day of the LEC. It was kind of like, oh, that's a shock.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, how are you going to catch up? You know, sometimes, you know, good days come like that and bad days come like that. You kind of saw them kind of have a little bit of a rough day the next day. So, you know, that's always something to look out for. But kind of take us through that mental strategy that you try to go through while playing, you know, on back-to-back days.
Yeah, well, you always try to learn from the first day. So the first day, probably the struggle with me was try to keep my tee shot in play, like hit it out of bounds a few times, which made for some rough holes.
Yeah.
So yeah, thinking about that, tried to keep the ball in play on the tee. Second day, which I did a good job about that, but then once that worked, it was something else. Like It was my short game that was messing up, which was really good the first day. So it's just like it's hard to find something because you fix one thing and then something else goes bad, and it's just golf.
Yeah, it's just life and golf, right? I mean, we had talked to, or he was on the Anchored In Athletics radio show, Cam Mello.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about, you know, how much he enjoys, you know, going with you every day, you know, for practice and stuff like that. What can you speak on him for the same?
Well, he brought me under his wing when I got here, so we instantly clicked. He's been my best friend since I came here, so it's gonna be sad him not coming back next year for sure, and it's gonna affect our team score. So yeah.
Yeah, trying to get the next guy up sort of mentality. You know, have a couple guys and freshmen and some guys who have been on the team a little bit that are trying to get through this winter, get through the spring, get through the summer to come back ready for next year in the fall.
Yep.
And you know, I was going to ask you, you know, some fun questions as well. You know, with Halloween right around the corner, you know, was there, you know, a certain costume that you always, you know, or you liked as a kid? You know, maybe one year you were, you know, something so crazy that everybody's like, wow, that's really cool.
I don't know about crazy. I would say I like being a vampire.
Yeah.
I have a cool picture of me, like all dressed up, got the blood on, everything.
Yeah.
So I think that was my most memorable costume as a kid.
Yeah, and even a follow-up question to that, is there maybe like a candy that you were always excited to sort of eat when you got back from, you know, trick-or-treating?
Tootsie Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls.
I don't know. A lot of people don't like them, but when I was a kid, those were my favorite things ever.
Mm-hmm.
Even like going to little claw machines
Yes.
and trying to get those out, like those are just my favorite things.
Now, did they make, you know, sort of different flavored Tootsie Rolls and stuff like that too?
I don't know.
If there was, you know, some sort of other little candy in there that was.
I don't know. I just like the chocolate ones.
Chocolate ones,
Yeah,
yeah.
those were the big things when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean, this has been our time today on Inside RIC Athletics. I know it was a little short-lived, but you just want to get a little recap of the season from the man here himself, Jasper Bruins Slot. Jasper, I just want to say thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. This is going to be aired, you know, whenever it comes out here on RIC Athletics YouTube page, so be sure to stay tuned on that. Once again, Owen Kane, Jasper Bruins Slot of the men's golf team, saying so long, and we'll catch you on the next one.